Lynn, do you want to give us, what your understanding of how the bond works?
Well, so from what I've seen, the full prospectus is not out yet. Basically, they're issuing these 10-year duration bonds, and they're going to pay 6.5% interest annually, and then they're going to take half of it, put it into Bitcoin, and the other half is going to be used for infrastructure, including mining infrastructure, that'll hopefully be, economically useful. And the way it's structured is that the yield is lower than El Salvador's other sovereign bonds. They're able to issue this if there's enough subscriptions to it. They're able to issue this at a lower rate, with the caveat that investors get if there's profits associated with that portion of the Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin appreciates in price, then after a 5-year lockup period, investors get to participate in some of the price increase of that Bitcoin. And so in some ways, it's similar in kind of strategy to MicroStrategy's bond issuance, their convertible notes, where they they might have a low yield, but then you get that upside potential, right? So the appeal obviously is for a bond manager that happens to be a Bitcoiner or bullish on Bitcoin, because there's all sorts of there's trade-offs between owning Bitcoin versus owning the bond. Some Bitcoiners might want to buy it, but especially for pools of capital that have to own securities, right? They might not be able to own Bitcoin directly, but they might still want to express a directionally bullish view on Bitcoin. And obviously these bonds have counterparty risk, but they're one way to get Bitcoin exposure. I know that one way Adam described it is basically you get a bond, but then you also get a number of options that expire over a 5 to 10 year period that basically give you a call on some of that stack of the Bitcoin. And so it's an interesting way that I think, for anyone who's bullish on Bitcoin, and obviously El Salvador's president is, and there's a large pool of people that would be, and this is a way to potentially help El Salvador, build out their new infrastructure and to potentially give wealth to that country while also, if Bitcoin does well, then the bondholders do very well as also.